All right, so ladies and gentlemen, I'm out here right now with the Potensic Dreamer. As you can see, it's a fine craft. It goes for about $300 on Amazon. You can have a coupon right now for about $250, but this guy is slick. As you can see, it is very pretty. The only issue I had with this drone was this, which you can see it's disassembled. It's taken off. I'll show you the footage as you'll look at it. You can see the footage was actually fairly good. The problem I had with it is it's not stabilized. It's just jumpy. It moves all over the place. It's not very clean. The camera is just like this, blah blah. So I removed it. Now you do want to hold on to the camera, because in order to do compass calibrations, at least I haven't found a way to do a compass calibration without it. Also, to do firmware updates, you need to reconnect the camera and to be able to calibrate it and such. But what I did do was I was able to create this mount off the existing mount and then off of a GoPro mount that I had, and I was able to put a GoPro on it. But then it got me. I was like, well, a lot of cameras I fly, or a lot of drones I fly with that can handle GoPros. This is a GoPro Hero 7, so it's got stabilization on it. Well, what kind of flight time can we get? Well, this guy, I've tested it a few times already, can get about 20 minutes, which is really, really impressive for a drone that is of that price. Now it's going to come down, obviously. It's not going to stay there. I've seen it already hovering in some spaces on eBay for just under $250. My hope is eventually they are supposed to come up with a professional gimbal, which would be a lifesaver for this thing. It will stabilize it, but the GoPro works pretty well, as I'm about to show you, and I'm about to show you what kind of flight time you can get with this thing. I also want to mention the battery off this thing is pretty impressive. It is big. It's a lot like a DJI, where you press it, hold it like this, and it turns it on, and that turns the drone on. And then similar, you shut it off like that. So it's an intelligent battery. The voltage on this is actually pretty impressive. It's 17.4 volt, rated voltage 15.2 volt, rated capacity 3000 milliamp. So it is a big battery. And without the camera, it allegedly gives it 30 minutes flight time. I would say probably it's more accurate around 27 minutes. I haven't gotten 30 minutes even without the camera, but an impressive battery nonetheless. And if it can fly a GoPro for 20 minutes solid, that's pretty impressive. So we're about to show you. All right, so as you can see, I have my stopwatch ready to go here. It's already bound, it's ready to go. I'm going to start the GoPro camera. As you can see, we are recording at 2.7K here. That's the highest it will go for the stabilization to work. We'll go down and in. Now we're just gonna go for a nice leisurely fly here, and I'm gonna start the clock right now. So we're starting. One thing I like to do, and I like to demonstrate this before I send GPS quads up, is I like to give it a little bit of a push, make sure it's got a nice GPS hold, and away we go. right, so we're nearly 10 minutes into the flight here, and I just want to kind of give you guys a layover of this land, which is something that you can do with this drone as you're making videos. If you want to put a GoPro on it, obviously you can do this with like a Mavic or something like that, but it's nice to be able just to put the drone up, put a camera on it, and just kind of send it on its way without having some of the complications of some of the DJI stuff. But this area was called Bridgeview, and it was supposed to be an extension of the City View project, which is over there in Garfield Heights. Now, as you can see, there are two structures that are built here. You have a structure right over here. Let me turn the camera around. There we are, right here. So I'm gonna do a tilt over to show you guys. I'm gonna go a little lower. So I think this was supposed to be a target or something of that nature. I do believe, I'm not 100% sure what this store was supposed to be here, but it's never been complete, and it was one of the first structures basically complete for the Bridgeview project. It is now abandoned. Hopefully something will happen to it soon. There's rumors that this area that you see in front of me was once a neighborhood, and then they decided to level the entire neighborhood to make way for the Bridgeview project. I'll show you. I'm going to zoom over here. You guys have already seen some of the shots of it, but I just want to kind of give you a description of the other building. You can see that there's sewage pipes that were part of the sewer system that they were going to build here. As you can see right here. So I'm going to go over to the other structure, which I believe was supposed to be a Lowe's, I do believe, or a Home Depot. But obviously it was never completed. Some of the upper structure it looked like it was going to have like a steel yard vibe, if you're familiar with the steel yard project here in Cleveland. Let me get a little closer. Now, one downside to flying this drone like this is you do not, even if you have it hooked up to the app on the GoPro, you're not going to get a really decent FPV signal, so you have no idea. But if you're in an area where you're just in a close-knit shooting situation, you can get some pretty good shots off this guy. Just by kind of knowing your landmarks a little bit. You also don't have access to any of the modes, because obviously, as I mentioned when I first did the video, that the start of the video, that the FPV and then all the electronics are run through the app, which go connect through the camera. You're also not going to get that if you run this through but ultimately, if you know what you're doing and you have a good idea of where your area is, you're not going to have too much problems. You just have to know your orientation. So as you can see, I just had a little issue with mine. As I fly over here to where this building right here, which was once an office building and hasn't been utilized in a while. As you can see, there's some dumping going on here. So, but there's rumors that this is supposed to be turned into some kind of development sometime soon, but that hasn't come to fruition. Oh, there's a van over there. I wonder what he's up to. A lot of people dump stuff back here, so there's a lot of, and then they do stuff. So I don't know, but my hope is eventually this will be utilized. Ironically, if it turns into like a housing project or something, that'd be really funny. So, but we're gonna keep filming here. We're at about the 10-minute mark, and just enjoy the fall colors here. Oh, he's letting his dogs loose. Oh, great. Fucking dogs. God damn it. All right, so I'm gonna stay in this direction because I don't want to be accused of scaring the dude while he's flying his dogs. right, so we just now had the low battery hit. I'm calling it home. In the meantime, I'm gonna stop that. 21:16 minutes. That's just over 20 minutes worth of flight time, and it is pretty chilly right now. Just want to kind of reiterate, it's been cold to kind of fly it for 20 minutes. It's probably about 50 degrees right now, as you can see by all the fall colors were in late October. So it's coming home now, and as I said, we had a pretty good flight time off of it, over 20 minutes with a GoPro. So this thing can fly 20 minutes with a GoPro camera. That is really impressive, and in my opinion, it puts it in the weight in the price range that it's supposed to be. If you could put a GoPro on it and fly it for 20 minutes. Extra batteries for these guys cost about $100 right now, although I have seen them on eBay for less, just about 80. So 20 minutes of flight time, 2 batteries, 40 minutes. I mean, how much, I don't know how much more you need. I don't think I need any more than that. Even 20 minutes is kind of pushing it, because then I can just take it from location to location. It did not. The other thing I like about it is some cameras or some drones, when they start running low on voltage, they basically start diving, even with the like a heavier camera on it. And this did not do that. This just kept flying. It kept maintaining its altitude. It's very intuitive. The app, when you use it, is actually very good, but if you can see, 20 minutes of flight time with the Potensic Dreamer with a GoPro on it. So I'm very impressed. If you like what you saw, please subscribe and like the post. I post abandoned properties that I film with drones, so this guy will definitely be put in the arsenal. Very happy with this guy. So the fact that I could put a GoPro on it and just send it on its way and just do some quick filming on it would make this thing definitely invaluable. The other thing I like about it is when it returns to home, it doesn't, like, it'll go back to its height. It'll just come home, but it won't automatically land unless you call it to land. I mean, obviously if the battery starts really running dead, I'm sure it will, but that I do like too. So, but this Potensic Dreamer, I will post a link to Amazon, and if you want to fly it with a GoPro on it, it can do it for 20 minutes. Thank you. Peace out.